Saudações pessoal, sejam bem-vindos a mais um vídeo aqui de Yakuza, Like a Dragon, ou Yakuza, né, no caso. E vamos continuar no próximo capítulo. Nossa, o capítulo durou tão pouco, né? E vamos lá. Deixa eu dar um load. Capítulo 12, o fim da Yakuza. Lembrando que gravamos todo final de semana na Twitch, tá, gente? Provavelmente terá filminhos.
There you go.
There's more? I can't eat all this.
Don't sweat it, Chairman. Us young folks can handle this chow.
Oh, definitely. My stomach's a bottomless pit. Bon appetit.
Hell yeah!
We got so focused on our food that we forgot to actually discuss anything. Oh, it is damn good.
Yeah, but we have to get down to business. Guess I'm kicking us off. This is Kume-kun, leader of Bleach Japan's Yokohama branch. He's going to run for this district's representative seat in the next election. Now, what you gotta understand about this kid is he's just step one of Ryo Aoki's scheme to turning Jincho into his personal political machine.
Zhao's correct. Kume is just one step. Aoki's other steps include a huge number of Bleach Japan candidates all over the country.
Yeah, I noticed that too.
Then the dam is broken. There's no stopping it now. Governor Aoki's too popular. There's no one who can stand up to him.
So you think Kume's win is a done deal, Chairman Hoshino?
Pretty much. Kume has Aoki's broad public adoration at his back, throwing Aoki's fundraising and media savviness. Kume's got a very real shot at this.
I'd say so. He wants Jincho so bad, it's gotten personal for him. Since it was Ogikubo's kingdom before, seizing it makes Aoki the new heir apparent. That's gotta be what he's thinking.
Yes. I'd venture to say that even if the Citizens' Liberal Party wins every other district, he won't be satisfied unless he wins this one. He's gonna throw everything he's got at this contest.
Definitely.
Well, I'm not gonna roll over and just take it. Anybody with me?
With you on what?
On taking this dude down a peg. I'm sick of getting our asses kicked.
We all are, but...
We can't just let him win. We need to do something. I mean, Bleach Japan is in bed with the Omi Alliance. Isn't that fucked up? It's, you know, hypocritical. They go around preaching about how gray zones need to go, acting like they're heroes or something. Meanwhile, they team up with gangsters to take over Japan, and everyone just claps for them?
Thing is, Kasuga, these gangsters have a governor on their side. They're untouchable.
Are you guys even hearing yourselves right now? What's gotten into you? The Ijin 3 used to protect the weak and vulnerable in this town. Granted, you did it by running a huge scam, so I'm not gonna give you too much credit. But after everything the city's given you, don't you feel like you owe something to it? Look, I know none of you guys did what you did just for the money. Ogikubo was the one raking in all the dirty riches. You guys wanted to stop a war from destroying this town. And if you don't stand up now, you're basically abandoning the Ijin 3's purpose. It's a disgrace.
You sure you want to finish that thought?
Yeah, dial it down, or I'll set you straight.
Well, I, for one, agree with him.
You do?
Everything you said is true. We all lived in the gray zones, and sure, that ain't something to be proud of. But at least we could be proud of putting food on the tables of our men and their families. You're with me on that, at least, right, Songhui? If we roll over, we will be throwing away everything we've ever worked for.
Zhao.
No, it's true. And remember, I left the Liumeng in your hands. I trusted you to consider what my men need. This is shaping up to be your first job as their new boss. Come on, Songhui.
Damn it. Fine.
Chairman Hoshino, you got any wisdom of your own to lend us?
Well, I do understand the need to be fair to the city. I'll help. And to think, I only came here for the food. Didn't expect to get roped into some noble last stand.
You know what they say, there's no such thing as a free lunch.
True that. Now let's go take care of Kume.
I have to admit, I will enjoy knocking that little punk off his pedestal. So what's a move?
Good question. We need to strike, but how?
Don't you think it's obvious?
No? What?
We need to ruin the young master's reputation.
Meaning?
We gotta make sure Kume loses the election.
How do you propose we do that?
That part I hadn't really figured out. But once we do, it'll be like kicking Aoki right in the face.
I don't see how it's feasible.
I mean, we could maim him. If he's too injured, he'd have to pull out of the race, and then...
You wanna kill him?
Well, only if he resists.
We can't do that. If he dies, they'll just replace him with some other tool. I'm sure they've got backup candidates waiting in the wings.
Hey, winning. That's how we do it. We just win it ourselves.
Huh?
We win the election with our own candidate. Put someone up who can get more
Eu
votes than
sabia que era
Kume.
isso.
There's
Ia pra
gotta
isso,
be
sabia.
someone out there who can do it.
Yes, probably. But how do we figure out who this someone is? We're not political consultants.
Well, we should remember the votes for Kume aren't really for him in the first place. They're votes for Aoki.
Good point. Can you think of anyone who fits the bill, Chairman Hoshino?
Unfortunately, I can't say I do. Ogikubo was an incumbent here for many years, with no opponents who posed any real threat. The only people who ever ran against him just did so as a formality.
Hey, you seem to know a lot about it. Why don't you run?
Excuse me?
Yeah, people know who you are. You've got charisma.
No Yakuza's gonna win an election, even in the Jincho. And if he did, I'd consider the world doomed.
Seriously.
But I could try to recruit someone who would have a chance in the race.
That's a start.
I hope you're not expecting me to shoulder this burden alone, though.
What do you mean?
Elections cost money, a lot of money. If I find a candidate, who's footing the bill for the campaign?
I'll tell you right now, my people don't have a single yen to spare.
Right, so, how much is it exactly?
I'm willing to chip in some myself, but I'll need an additional 3 million yen cash just to register.
3 million? You need that much?
At a
Tranquilo.
minimum. If you can't scrape that amount together, this plan is dead in the water.
I hate to say it, but he's right. Can you do it, Kasuga-kun?
Bom, nada que o poker não resolva. Agora vai ter missão, né? Preciso de 3 milhões de ienes para conseguir enfrentar o jovem mestre. Isso não é dinheiro de pinga. Assim que eu tiver o dinheiro, eu vou poder tomar umas até o presidente Hoshino encontrar um candidato. Tomar pelo pigarreio. Bom. Tem um herói aqui. Nós temos nada aqui, nada aqui. Já faz um tempo que estamos sem submissões, né? Opa. E ainda não voltou o card. Tá. Ele quer que nós juntemos 3 milhões de ienes. Se eu não me engano, nós temos um negocinho aqui chamado prato de platina. Ué. Ih, gente, olha, nós não temos. Ih, pera aí, eu acho que terei que consultar minhas fontes um momento. Vamos lá. Se eu não me engano, ele é a... Ih, eu acho que é aqui. Eu posso ter um dinheirinho guardado aqui e outro lá. Não, não é aqui não. Ué. Ah, é aqui, ó. Pera aí, gente. Um momentinho, já volto. Opa, olha só. Antes de chegar no poker. É um pouco. Pode querer correr com isso. SOS, missão Homem Apuros.
Time to clean up.
É só isso.
You're going down.
É, legal, é o chinês com... japonês com
You're
inglês,
gonna be
né?
in a world.
Get
Ó, é chinês mesmo, né? Máfia chinesa.
You're in it now.
Toma.
Kick your ass.
Pum. Caramba, eles são fortes. Eita, pro.
Here we go. This oughta help.
Caramba, ele é forte mesmo. Quer dizer, não é forte, né? É o que eu disse, né? Ele tem muita vida. Caraca, 123? Toma.
Oh yeah?
Toma. Pum, pum. Não tô gostando não, tá muito forte isso aí.
Watch
You're gonna be in a world of hurt.
Game.
Right.
Agora eu vou
Try this on
deixá-lo
the side.
congelado. Provavelmente com slow, né? Não. Caramba, eu não sabia que ia ser tão forte assim não, sinceramente. Isso, garoto. Ele é fraco contra eletricidade.
I'm ready now.
Então, isso aqui é enrolação de extinção de linguiça, gente. É basicamente isso.
Here we go.
É uma das coisas que eu não gostei no Yakuza, tá? Porque geralmente quando você tá jogando RPG,
Someone order a fruit.
assim, você tem que farmar, você tem que grindar, você tem que batalhar e tudo mais. Só que assim, as batalhas comuns, e sim, isso é sim uma batalha comum, por mais que seja... por mais que seja só uma missão secundária, né? Ainda assim, é muito resistente, é muito resistente. E assim, não é dificuldade, é só resistência, é o famoso endurance, né? Que eu queria falar pra vocês. Por exemplo, tem muita gente que acha que mais vida e ficar mais forte é dificuldade. Não é. Não é. Você adicionar outro tipo de mecânica é uma história. Você simplesmente chegar lá e vou deixar isso aqui com 300% a mais de vida. É só resistência. Persistência, né? Aí, ó, percebe que assim, ele não faz diferença atacando a gente. E só fica... Tipo, smash buttons, né? É basicamente smash button.
With finesse.
Bom, agora com licença, já consegui os 3 milhões. Mas antes de mais nada, né? Deixe-me checar as minhas fontes monetárias. Minhas fontes pecuniárias. Porque eu acho que podemos ganhar uma graninha. Deixa eu ver. Talvez, tá? Eu tenho 136 mil fichas. Vamos dizer que eu consigo ganhar uma graninha. Vamos dizer que eu consigo ganhar uma graninha. Se vocês quiserem ver um pokerzinho do Yakuza, me avisem nos comentários e a gente grava um pouquinho. Eu gosto pra caramba de poker. E aqui dá pra dar uma manipulada legal, né? Agora temos que vender os nossos lucros. E que eu me lembro, a única parte que dá pra vender é essa. Não! Tá, eu já volto, um momentinho. Beleza, vamos lá. Meu Deus do céu. Estou aqui para vender. É aqui, né? Isso que ainda tem libélula, um monte de coisa ainda. Ele entraria como... Ah, tá. Não sei se eu vou conseguir muito dinheiro, não. Mas tá bom. Acho que já é alguma coisa, né? Falando nisso, anel italiano. Relógio suíço. Confortável, bulldog francês. Minério de safira bruta, aranha dourada.
We gonna fight some more?
I'm good.
Tá, ganhei todos os meus dinheiros. Agora nós vamos ali naquele herói de meio período e daí vamos na missão principal. Não creio que tenhamos nada para fazer aqui. Então vou dar uma pausa, fazer logo o herói de meio período e já volto, tá, gente? Só um momentinho. Então, né, gente, é o seguinte, nós enfrentamos um daqueles caras, né, mendigo aqui na batalha de... Como é que é o nome? Na batalha do herói, e tá aí, quase mais de meio milhão de XP. Todos eles passaram um monte de nível, um monte de nível.
Nice!
22, 13 e 8 de ataque, apesar que não aumenta tanto assim. Habilidade, 14, essência de taco
Nice.
quebra-ossos. 32, 9 e 8, tananã.
Hell yeah!
Todos eles ganharam níveis.
I did it!
Encontro da danação, corte de papel
Excellent.
da reversão, acerto venenoso, tiro de vida. Olha quanto ele ganhou.
Strong.
Você me salvou pra valer. Então, aí você fala assim, ah, mas não dá pra enfrentar esse bicho várias vezes? Esse aqui, se eu não me engano, não por enquanto, tá? Ele ainda vai aparecer. Porque deixa eu vir aqui no Sujimon, cadê? Ver onde ele está. Provavelmente nós ganhamos o Sujidex dele, eu não vi. Cadê? Aqui, é ele. É, nós enfrentamos. Tem o sem teto só fome. Agora que eu vi o nome. Tem o Arquimendigo. E nós enfrentamos esse agora. Tá vendo que ele é... Basicamente ele é novo? Então, ele dá basicamente... Ah não, derrota as 14. Não, então peraí. Por que esse aqui deu 500k de XP? Ah, mas é que você ficou lutando lá? Não, se eu não me engano, aquele lá ele dava 100k. Esse aqui deu 500. Estranho. Mas beleza. Olha, já demos uma boa grindada. Provavelmente, ele deu tudo isso de XP porque o jogo pegou e falou assim: bom, você chegou numa certa parte da história, né? E agora, caso você não queira ficar grindando, tome esse acréscimo de XP. Que é o que os outros RPGs fazem. Eu não acho legal, tá? Eu não acho legal. Para mim, o DBZ Kakaroto, que estamos trazendo os vídeos, ele faz isso. Eu não acho legal. Pra mim, você tem que seguir um padrão. Chegou lá, tá muito forte, pô, você tem um lugar onde você pode treinar e tal. Dá esse grande baque de XP numa coisa tão fácil assim, que foi muito fácil a batalha, eu acho zoado, tá? Então pra mim é o seguinte, ou você quer ficar forte treinando pra valer isso e aquilo, ou você vai passar alguns perrengues. Alô? Ô, Nick? Espera, Mitsu? Sim, eu lembro quem é. Sim, você tem um tempinho? Preciso falar com você sobre Arakawa-san. É sobre os aliados dos quais ele vai precisar em breve. Opa, é claro que tenho. Tô esperando essa ligação a minha vida inteira. Obrigado. Então, Arakawa-san, na verdade, ele... Ok. Solted Buddy. Cinemática?
Hey, hold on,
Okay.
Ichiban. What's all this about going to Osaka?
Turns out Arakawa-san needs some help. My help. Mitsu just called me and said Arakawa-san's already on his way to Sotenbori.
But why Osaka?
I don't know. I didn't bother to ask.
You realize Sotenbori is where the Omi Alliance is headquartered. You'll be screwed if your cover gets blown. Think about that, would you?
All I need to think about is that Arakawa-san said he needs me. He's going to Osaka, so I'm going to Osaka. I don't care what anyone says about it.
He gets like this, Tadachi-san.
Then there's no point stopping him, is there? Loyalty is admirable, but jeez.
Ichiban, what about Ijincho? The election's coming up. We helped you make all that money to fight Ryo Aoki. Now you're just gonna leave us hanging?
Not at all. We got the 3 million yen we needed. And I'm gonna go give it to the Seiryu clan right now.
We may have the money, but that hasn't solved our lack of a candidate. Certainly a necessary element of the plan.
Didn't Chairman Hoshino say he'd take care of it? Don't worry. He's the kind of guy who keeps his word. If we give him the cash, he'll do the rest.
If you say so. Safe travels then.
Hey, don't encourage him to do such dangerous things. Kasuga, if you really are leaving, we're coming with you.
Sounds good to me. I've never been to Osaka.
Guys, I'm not going there as a tourist. I'm going straight into the Lion's Den. Assuming Adachi-san is right and that's where the Yomi home base is. You guys don't need to get involved. This is personal for me.
Come on, man. After all we've been through, aren't we friends?
Of course. I'm saying this because we're friends. If something happens to me out there, you gotta finish what we started.
Still sounds like a load of crap to me.
Well, think what you want. But we got the 3 million yen, and I'm taking it to Hoshino. I'll see all of you around.
Ok. Mas, não, mas pera aí. Opa, pera aí. Aham. Já está à noite, legal. Nada. Aham, nada. Ok. Tem alguns laços pra nós pararmos? Vamos cantar Dame. Isso deve servir de presente. Dar o presente. Pode ser um ótimo presente. Tome um bonsai para você. Ó. Mais 10 só? Caramba. Se eu investir um bonsai, eu ia falar caramba, cara. Não quero presente. Tem papo com ele?
You drinking, Nanba?
Oh, Ichiban. I'm glad you're here. We need to talk.
We do? Is it something serious?
Look, I need to tell you I'm sorry for lying.
You mean about chasing the counterfeit bill?
Yeah. Think you can forgive me?
Come on, you know we're past that. What's important is your brother got released. All's well that ends well, right? That said, maybe now's a good time to tell me if there's any other holes in your story. You really were a nurse at some point, right?
Well, of course I was a nurse. How else could I have brought you back from the brink of death?
Good point. Then, what about the part where you sold hospital meds? Didn't you say that's how you got your nursing license revoked?
Well, that's the short version, but it's more complicated, actually.
What do you mean?
You'll be the first person I've ever told this to, so I hope you plan on sitting for a while.
Já se preparem já.
Yeah, man, I'm all ears.
Back in elementary school, I read about Florence Nightingale. That's when I knew I was meant to be a nurse. Helping the sick, people being grateful for it, it's all I ever wanted in life. But when I finally put on my scrubs, it was different. Endless late shifts, difficult patients, never a word of thanks. Eventually, I just stopped caring. Little by little, I started cutting corners any way I could. I'd pretend not to hear the intercom, and instead, I'd go doze off somewhere. By the time I hit 40, I had no idea why I ever went into the field. But then one day, this new girl named Mizue showed up. And in her introduction, she brought up who else but Nightingale.
Just like you, huh?
We had the same role model, but she still had her spirit. She would rush toward every patient in the ward, never missed a beat. On top of that, she always had the sweetest smile.
So, you had a thing for her.
Are you kidding me? She was 23 and a looker, and I was just a middle-aged loser.
Eu vou com a primeira, vai.
So what? You totally look younger than you are.
You think so?
For sure. If you told me you were in your 20s or hell, your teens.
Aí já é demais. Calma lá.
God damn it, Ichiban.
Sorry.
That was a good one, though. You got me.
Anyway, back to Mizue-chan. What happened?
No, that's right. Whenever I saw her working, I could feel my old self coming back. That young version of me, who used to give it his all.
Well, that's a good sign.
If only I had half her stamina and wasn't twice her age. Anyway, one night I was a little sleepier than usual, so I went out to the back lawn, thinking maybe I could sneak in a nap, and suddenly I heard a noise from behind. I turned around to find the storeroom we keep the medicine in wide open, and Mizue-chan was walking out alone.
Was she restocking? I mean, if you were slacking off, she was probably having to bust her ass.
Well, that's the thing. In our hospital, only the pharmacists have access to the storeroom. Mizue-chan and I were just nurses. We didn't even need to go in there.
Then what was she doing?
Well, at the time, there was a rumor floating around the hospital.
Uh-oh.
Medicine would keep disappearing. The list never matched the inventory. According to the rumors, someone was swiping medicine and selling it. Illegally.
No way. And that was Mizue-chan?
It was. As my eyes adjusted, I could clearly see her arms were full of medicine boxes.
But why would she need to sell medicine?
From what I heard, her parents were under a mountain of debt. So, to lighten some of their load, Mizue-chan was paying everything she could. But a single nurse's salary wouldn't get them out of the hole. No way.
So she was stealing the meds to do it?
Yep. And I was the sole eyewitness. Thing is, Mizue-chan never noticed me there. Now, if it was you, Ichiban, what would you have done?
Well, calling her out on it would seem to be the right thing to do. But I guess she wasn't stealing it just to be a criminal, huh?
Not in the slightest. She was only doing it for her family.
Não
I
justifica.
mean, yeah, she was breaking the law. But she wasn't trying to hurt anyone.
Plus,
Não,
getting
imagina.
caught would cost her her job. Then the debt would only have gotten worse. With all that in mind, I'd say it's a pretty tough call to make.
Huh. Now you're on the same page I was. Anyway, in the end, all I could do was watch her walk away without saying a word. If there ever was a criminal who deserved a free pass, it was Mizue-chan. That was what I thought at the time. So I turned a blind eye.
And what happened after that?
It wasn't long before Mizue-chan's actions caught up with her. The hospital director decided to get the police involved and started gathering evidence.
He waited that long to take action?
Well, he was trying to resolve it internally, being that the hospital's reputation was at stake. I guess he got sick of having a thief under his nose, so he escalated it to the next logical step.
But if the cops caught Mizue-chan stealing, that'd be bad news.
She'd have a police record and her name in all the papers. To be honest, it was only a matter of time. She had her whole life ahead of her. How could that happen to someone so young? And on the other hand, you've got me. A guy who totally burned out. A guy who couldn't be further from Florence Nightingale. Better a saint like Mizue-chan stay at the hospital than a sack of shit like me, wouldn't you say?
Nanba, are you telling me you...
Yeah. I went up and confessed to the whole thing. Stealing, selling, and all.
And that's how you lost your nursing license?
Yep. No, and I got fired too. Naturally.
Man, you went all out for that girl. Did she ever contact you after that? Even a call or a letter?
Not that I'm aware. In a matter of hours, I was out of a job and out on the streets.
You regret any of it?
Well, my brother disappeared not long after, so even if I didn't get canned, I would have quit on my own anyway. So, no, to answer your question. Though I do have to admit, I would like to see Mizue-chan off when she goes overseas.
She's going overseas?
Yeah. She always dreamed of running off to some developing country where they really need medical professionals.
She took that Nightingale shit seriously.
Our hospital had an international dispatch program, available to staff nurses with at least 3 years tenure. This year would be Mizue-chan's third, and I know she would take advantage of it.
Well, in that case, why not go say farewell?
If only I could. For starters, I don't even know when she leaves.
Maybe if you ask one of your old nurse buddies, they'll tell you.
Don't be ridiculous. I'm the little rat who stole the medicine, if you forgot that detail. They want nothing to do with me.
Well, hello, boys. Don't worry, the life of the party's here.
Tá um pouco bêbada,
Bring
né?
me up to speed?
Oh, Sachan. Wait, are you drunk?
I think you're drunk. Now, fill me in, if you please.
Oh, Nanba here was going off on one of his hobo horror stories again.
Hobo horror stories?
Well, no house means no toilet, right? Care to guess what he had to do when he had the shits?
Yeah, I'd rather not. And here I was thinking I'd get actual substance out of two grown men instead of literal crap.
Thanks for covering for me.
I got you, man.
I don't mind if we let Saeko know at some point, but preferably not when she's plastered.
Yeah, no kidding.
É legal, demora pra caramba essas histórias, mas são legais, cara. Mas não justifica fazer o quê? Ah, não justifica. Agora vamos ganhar mais experiência. E tem mais papinhos? Ok, e você? Ih, gente, vamos lá, de novo.
Yo, Sachan.
Huh? Sachan?
Wait, you're not Sachan?
Não, você não viu o terno
Nice to see you
diferente?
again, Kasuga-san. We met at Sunlight Castle, isn't that right?
Wait, are you Nanoha-san? But why are you here? Who told you to meet me? Huh?
It's me, Ichiban! Look closer, it's me, Saeko!
Oh, so it is you, Sachan.
If you can't see through it, then my performance must be good. I'm sure Katsuragawa will think I'm Nanoha too.
For sure he will. Even though, actually, I was just pretending to be tricked.
Yeah, whatever you say. Anyway, I figured out where to find Katsuragawa. Nanoha's gonna pay him a surprise visit and tell him to hit the road. You're still coming with me, right? He's at his office right now. He said it was a consulting firm, but it's actually an illegal loan business. And his bodyguard and his employees, they were all in that shady biker gang he used to be in.
Scum collects around other scum. Man, how did Nanoha get caught up with people like that?
She might just be the kind of girl who's into it. Or maybe I shouldn't have butted into her life so much. You probably understand by now how bad I feel about all this.
Hey, maybe it wasn't you. Maybe she's just the kind of girl who's into bad boys. Either way, let's go fix this for her. Time to take out the trash.
Ah, é?
Wait, what the fuck? Are you serious right now? I knew something was up with you. Showing up out of the blue like this. What's gotten into you? You realize what you're doing?
I sure as hell do. I'm saying I won't give you any more money.
Okay, but...
And that means you have no reason to be with me, right? So we're breaking up. For good.
Oh, come on, babe, don't be stupid. It's not like I was going out with you just for the money.
Well, it doesn't matter anymore. Just give me what you owe me. Right here, right now.
What? I can't right now. I gotta throw $2 million at my company soon, or it'll go belly up. Sweetie, you know how hard I've worked for this. I just need a little more. You could pull in $2 million back at the Soapland easy.
Hey man, I gotta ask. How much have you already borrowed from Nanoha?
Hey man, I gotta ask, how about you fuck right off?
If she lent you $2 million on top of everything else, how much of that total do you plan on paying back someday?
You need to crawl back down out of my ass, dude. This ain't none of your business.
You don't know, do you? Yeah, you want to borrow even more. You're lucky Nanoha's not a real loan shark.
I'm lucky because Nanoha and I are in love. Money don't matter to us, right, babe? These fucking tightwads.
It's 1.3 million yen. That's the amount of money Katsuragawa-san has already borrowed from Nanoha-san.
Valeu.
Hey, Yamashita, stay out of this. Nobody asked you.
Forgive me. It wasn't my place.
Nah, thanks for speaking up, Yamashita. Good man. So, we'll be taking that 1.3 million back today.
Who are you anyway? You're a real Yakuza-looking motherfucker. Maybe you're trying to take my girl's money for yourself.
That's none of your concern. Give me back my money so I can be on my way.
Nanoha, I love you. Come on. Remember what you said? How you always dreamed of what we have?
Nanoha really loved you that much?
We're perfect for each other. Honey, you're a sweet angel, and I'm the guy who protects you from all the bastards of the world.
Ah, so that's the excuse you've been using for dragging her down.
He's one of the bastards I'm talking about! Yamashita, what are you waiting for? Toss this guy out on his ass already!
No. Haven't you done enough?
What? What did you say?
Sir, step back and take a look at yourself. You need to let Nanoha-san go. She's been working herself to the bone to support her father. She needs the money. Besides, you've got a bunch of other girls coming around anyway.
What the hell are you doing?
I'm doing what's right, boss. You can't just keep squeezing the poor girl dry. And she shouldn't have to work at no damn soapland. I can't just sit by and watch this happen to an innocent woman. It just ain't right.
Yo, why don't you think about who you're talking to? I'm the guy who saved your ass when you were a zit-faced teenager, remember? So unless you want to go back to being everybody's little bitch...
Every time someone calls you out or wants to leave your ass, you just make threats? Are all your boys with you just out of fear? I bet they all hate your guts.
Alright, I'm just fucking sick of you now. All of you, stop standing around with your dicks in your hands and throw this guy out! Yamashita too, the goddamn traitor!
Can't say I didn't see this coming. Well, except for Yamashita-kun acting like a real man. That was a nice surprise.
No kidding.
You know, I've been looking for an excuse to cut ties with him.
Maybe it's even simpler than that. Maybe you just like Nanoha.
Yeah, maybe that's it.
Wait, you do, don't you? Well, that's great, Yamashita-kun. Kinda cute, honestly.
Yeah, you'll both be real cute after I crush you into little pieces.
Não tem nada a ver essa tradução, cara. Bom, aí vocês perguntam, mas como que um laser orbital vai chegar aí? Bom, meu amigo, eu já não sei. Mas... chegou, né?
I'm ready now.
É Katsuragawa, né? Esses nomes, viu? Esses nomes.
Please, stop hitting me. I'm sorry.
Come on, where's all that fighting spirit, Katsuragawa? Don't tell me you've had enough. Give back all the money you borrowed from Nanoha right now, and get the hell out of Ijincho. If I see you around town again, I'll kick your ass even harder. If you reach out to Nanoha, you won't have an ass when I'm done.
Okay, I got it. Please, just let me go.
All right. I won't hit you again. I won't.
Huh?
You asshole. Don't you ever take advantage of a woman ever again!
Ai. Essa deve ter doído.
Wait, are you for real? This is Nanoha's sister? She has a twin? Damn.
Sorry to disappoint you, Yamashita-kun. I know you probably worked up all that courage to look cool for Nanoha.
Sorry, Yamashita-kun.
No, that's all right. I mean, running him off still makes life better for Nanoha-san. That's what matters. So you're gonna keep acting like you never knew she worked at the soapland?
Yes, and this whole Katsuragawa incident never happened, okay? I am dead serious about this.
Okay. But she's definitely going to notice that her boyfriend suddenly skipped town without saying goodbye. And it happened right after she got a phone call from her estranged sister telling her to break up with the guy.
What are you saying?
You don't think she'll figure out her sis had something to do with his disappearance? I mean, it'll almost be too obvious that Saeko said something to make him leave.
Whoa, now that you say that, yeah.
That's fine, honestly. Can't really do much about it now, can I?
But what if Nanoha gets pissed at you again? I thought you wanted to have a good relationship with her.
Her happiness is my top priority. How she feels about me is secondary to that.
Still kinda sucks if she ends up hating you after you did so much for her. She would have ended up broke if she stayed with that douchebag. You deserve some credit.
I'm just grateful I can still talk to her on the phone. All I want is for her to be happy.
Still...
Huh. I could always tell Nanoha-san it went down like this.
Like what?
I'll tell her Katsuragawa's firm took a nosedive and he bailed to escape all his debts, but I got him to leave enough to pay her back. That way she can get her money without knowing you two were involved.
Nice plan. I like how it conveniently gives you all the credit, Yamashita-kun.
Oh, you're right. Guess that's no good, is it? I don't want to take all the credit. After all, I only said what was true. It killed me to see her caught up in Katsuragawa's game for so long. I kept telling myself that I would stand up for her if she ever needed it, but then I'd make excuses, telling myself it wasn't the right time. When I saw her, well, when I saw someone I thought was her demanding what she was owed, I knew the time had come.
Sachan, you hearing this? What do you think?
Hey, Yamashita-kun.
Yeah?
Let's say you're at a restaurant or a store. How exactly would you treat the staff?
I just try to be as polite as possible. Even though people don't expect it because of how I look, it's still the right thing to do.
Okay. Well, you pass for now.
Setting the bar for being your sister squeeze kinda low, aren't you?
I said for now, didn't I?
Huh?
Don't worry. I'm still gonna watch over Nanoha from my big sister perch somewhere. So if Yamashita-kun turns out to be a total creep, then I'll just have to step in. Whatever it takes to make her happy.
I get that. I'd want the same.
You're a good sister, Sachan. I'm sure Nanoha will eventually realize that. Hopefully sooner than later.
Thanks so much, Ichiban. That's twice now you've helped me save my sister. I really am grateful, you know. I'm glad you're in my life.
Aê, nível 5. Friends like sisters. Amigos que nem irmãs. Uai. Tá bom, né? Ok. E eu acho que os papinhos acabaram. Eu já tenho carisma pra poder falar com ela. Aí ela. Ah, não posso falar com ela.
Nice to see you.
Encantador. Só carisma nível 7, cara. Tá, não vou cantar um Damero. Então vamos lá. Tem alguma Another Mission aqui? Tá, lá é a saída. Eu sei que eu já vi uma vez, mas vai saber, né? Não, então é isso aí. Vamos pegar um Tashi. E vai, filho. Meu Deus do céu. Ir embora. Para outra cidade. Acho que era essa aqui, Jinchu, né? E nós fomos para Yokohama. Agora. Não, mas que nóia. E agora nós vamos para a terceira cidade nova, né? Eu vou continuar com os principais. Para mim, são os principais. Tá? Porque vocês podem ver que que basicamente todos os diálogos cinemáticos são com eles, né? Beleza, vamos nessa. Cinematics. E aí, conseguiu dinheiro? Tá aí, ué.
Yes.
Eu e meus amigos conseguimos. Devo tudo a eles. Eu devia ter pedido um pouco mais e guardado o troco. Não tem graça, senhor. Trabalhamos muito para conseguir cumprir nossa parte do acordo. É verdade, foram muitas cartas e muitas rodadas do povo. E como estão as coisas do seu lado? Bom, então, infelizmente a verdade é só uma. Ainda não encontramos alguém. Ninguém que consiga cuidar de Jinchu, né? Exatamente. A Oki é muito popular. Fica muito difícil encontrar alguém que tenha alguma chance de encontrar. É compreensível, eu acho. Mas ainda pretendo encontrar alguém. Eu prometi e você cumpriu a sua parte da barganha. Sim, eu preciso sair da cidade por um tempo para resolver umas coisas. Espero boas notícias quando eu voltar. É mesmo? Pra onde você vai? Osaka. Sotenbori, especificamente. E de repente, né?
Yes.
Bom, é lá para que Arakawa-san precisa de mim. E ele está contando com a minha presença. E quem disse que isso é pra você? O companheiro da Yakuza de antes de eu ser preso, ele me chamou. Também ouvi rumores sobre Arakawa estar indo para Osaka. O capitão da Aliança Omi está saindo da prisão e por isso Arakawa estará lá no momento da soltura. Capitão, é? Então o rank dele é superior ao do Arakawa-san. E é só o capitão interino. Correto? Masuru Watase. Provavelmente será o primeiro encontro entre o Watase e Arakawa. Para o Watase, eu não sei. Arakawa é só um forasteiro de canto que subiu de rank durante a sua ausência. Se ele cometer qualquer errinho nesse encontro, poderá ser fatal. Até Arakawa deve estar nervoso com isso. Será que é por isso que ele precisa de ajuda? Não sei. Pergunte a ele. Mas só digo uma coisa. O quê? Espero que você não receba um tiro no peito assim que fizer contato visual com o cara. Piadinhas. Bom, eu vou ter que confiar nele. Sinceramente, eu nunca deixei de confiar. Eu vou porque ele me pediu. Tenho certeza que será diferente dessa vez. Queria ter mais subordinados como você. Tá bom, né?
Does my father really need to attend to this Sotenbori thing personally?
Yes. Remember, as acting captain, Arakawa is merely keeping the seat warm for Watase. Being there in person will be a show of respect and good faith.
Fine. But why am I just now hearing about this? I said I wanted to know if he so much as breathed somewhere outside his usual places.
My apologies, young master. I only just found out myself.
Really now? Well, all we can do now is wait and see.
Wait and see what, exactly?
Masaru Watase and Masumi Arakawa are finally meeting in person after how long? If I know my dad, they're not just gonna say hi and be on their merry ways.
I highly doubt they're plotting anything.
Isn't the OMI chairman still bedridden? I've heard it's terminal.
Yes, that's correct.
Then it's past time for a potential successor to be formally named.
Actually, it may not be that urgent yet. But then again, the chairman might say Watase's release from prison is a good time to step down.
And then Watase would become chairman, naturally. I'm sure his reign would be a very long one. But Omi history will take a very different course if, say...
Calma. Eu achei interessante. Tá vendo a CPU? Ele tem o cabo de energia. Ele tem o cabo com conector azul, né? Que é o VGA, que é para vídeo, ou seja, antigo. Aí eu pensei, pô, mas tá faltando USB, né? Porque querendo ou não, tem, né? Aí tá aqui, o mouse e teclado USB conectado na frente. Ah, vai. Os caras se importaram com o detalhe. Foi legal.
Watase disappeared.
What?
I'm thinking dear old dad might try to make it happen.
I don't know if that's Arakawa-san's style, exactly.
You don't think so? Remember when I asked Dad to sell out the Tojo clan during the 3K plan? Well, I never told him to bring in the Omi Alliance. He did that all on his own. I think it was a good decision, actually. Don't you?
Well, sure.
Thanks to him, the Tojo were driven out of Kamurocho. The 3K plan was a wild success, and my approval rating skyrocketed. I expected the Tojo clan to fall hard, but I didn't think some third-rate Tojo vermin like Dad could ever worm his way into their top ranks. Shrewd of him to do that during all the commotion. I thought he was a slow, antiquated Yakuza, and certainly not the type of man who could catch me off guard. I guess power really does corrupt, huh? Don't get me wrong. If Dad buries Watase and takes over the Omi Alliance, I benefit too. Having him there would be very convenient for me. There's just one thing that feels off.
What's that?
He hasn't told me about any plan to off Watase at their meeting. That's evidence against my theory. I'll have to see what happens. If all they do is greet each other, I was wrong.
Look.
On the other hand, If he wastes Watase and still doesn't see fit to tell me, that would be a betrayal I cannot tolerate.
Arakawa-san won't betray you.
He better not. His little Yakuza club only has power because I extend it to them. I've come a long way since the Kamurocho 3K plan. I'm at the top of the political pyramid now, which means I need to know what's happening in the underworld. The hierarchy should be very clear at this point, and I expect people to fall in line. That's a matter of policy, and family is no exception. Sawashiro, between me and my father, to whom would you swear complete fealty?
Arakawa-san sent me to do as you command. His orders were to put you and your interests above everything else.
My interest is for you to watch his every move and report them to me.
Understood. I'll send Tendo to Osaka. He seems to have rapport with Arakawa-san.
Já está desconfiando do próprio pai.
Patriarch Tendo, when'd you get in?
Just this afternoon. Tomorrow, the captain's getting out of prison.
Oh, really?
Not something civilians like you need to worry about. The wise thing to do would be to mind your own business.
Is that a threat, sir? Don't joke like that, man. Your fists ought to require a weapons permit.
Say what now?
Nothing. I got work to do, just like you said. See ya.
Tá.
Hey, can I get a refill over here?
Oh, make it 2.
Hey, Ichiban. You look like a teenage girl waiting for a text from her boyfriend. Put it down and relax. Have a drink with us.
Yeah, we're in Osaka after all. Stop giving me shit. See, this is why I wanted to come alone.
Where are you going, Kasuga-san?
I bet it's not to take a leak. He hardly drank a sip.
Eu vou subir no palco. Eita, minha voz. Dá pra conversar com cada um deles. Com certeza você já sabia disso, mas todo mundo se preocupa com você. Ninguém se surpreenderia se Mazumi Arakawa tentasse atirar em você de novo. Opa, não põe a palavra nessas bocas. Seu capeta prateado. Pois é. Por que a gente se preocuparia com o Ichiban? Eu só queria curtir o visual do Osaka. Ele fala que não precisa da nossa ajuda mesmo. Tá bom, né? Olá, moço, tudo bem? Deixe-me correr aqui dentro e não chamar nenhuma atenção. Mas eu posso ir pelo centro. Bom, vamos dançar então, né? Olá, moço, eu não posso passar daqui, né? A grande parede invisível. Ichiban, onde você tá indo? É muito perigoso ficar zanzando por aí.
I'm getting antsy waiting for this call from Mitsu. Could be any second now.
Didn't he say he was busy planning Watase's welcome back from prison party?
Something like that. Some big party at Omi HQ. What a load of crap, huh? Can't he see that Arakawa-san's plans are way more important?
Well, but wasn't he expecting you to be here tomorrow, not today? Dude, you're the one who jumped the gun and got here early. Kinda douchey for you to complain now.
Who are you, Mama Kasuga?
Someone's gotta be. But hey, listen. I overheard something that'll interest you. There was a group of people in here chatting about Arakawa being in town. It's big news, apparently.
Really?
Yeah, sounds like folks are worried that a war might break out between Arakawa and Watase. It's just a rumor, but wisdom of the crowd and all.
Shh! I got a text.
Susto, cara.
Yeah? From Mitsu?
Aw, man, what the hell?
What's wrong?
It's from Nick Ogata. He texted me, I finally got a pic with Kamala. Great, so glad you told me about that, Nick.
Ichiban, did you see my photo? Nobody ever manages to get a pic like that. Bet Bunny, he's so crafty, you never know where his fuzzy little ears will pop up. I'm beside myself. I can't believe I found him.
All right, I get it.
Huh? What's got your goat?
I'm sorry, but I'm really tied up right now. It'd be a big help if you didn't call me for a couple days, okay?
Well, look who's a busy bee. You visiting a lot of pretty flowers these days?
No, it's nothing about girls! Listen, I'll call you when things settle down. I'm happy you found Kamala.
I was just teasing. Why are you so mad? Be more like Kamulop. He's never hopping mad.
I gotta go, man!
Yeah. Hopping mad. Sorry. Hey, Kasuga. If you're gonna be a pain in everyone's ass, just go to Homie HQ already.
Huh?
Come on. Since when do you sit around and wait for anyone, anyhow? Besides, if a war really does break out like these people think, your precious Arakawa-san could be in actual danger. Hey, Itachi-san.
You're absolutely right. Screw waiting. Time to go.
Yep, that's it. Like devils on each other's shoulders.
É incrível que não tem nada a ver com nada. Aê, finalmente explorar a cidade.
Listen.
Amanhã vamos até o QG da Aliança Homem, dos Homem, e quem sabe o que vai acontecer. É melhor a gente se preparar pra qualquer coisa. Tenho quase certeza de que há um grande shopping center perto do rio. Ótimo, podemos pegar o que for necessário lá. Ah, isso significa weapons and equipment. Tá bom, filho, vai logo. Obrigado. Tá, a missão é lá e nós, cara, nós temos muitas coisas. Então vamos ver. Ramen, Kushikatsu Daruma, drogaria Tsuhara ou Tsuruha, Tsura, sei lá. Centro de golfe. Opa, peraí. Golfe? Você tá me dizendo que há golfe aqui? Olá, com licença. Eu quero pedir uma recomendação. O bom é que já sobe um pouco do vínculo, né? Tem dinheiro pra gastar, sobe o vínculo, né, mano? Ah, e aqui? O que nós temos aqui? Objetivos em sincronia.
I've heard about this Kushikatsu shop online. It's supposed to be super delicious. We should stop by.
Oh, hey, I've seen this girls bar on a magazine cover at Popo. And they had some delicious looking ladies. We should stop by.
They're like peas in a pod.
Seriously.
I don't know about that.
Ótimo. Olá, moço. Me vê alguma coisa aí, sei lá. Pedir recomendação. Eu não sei. Eles já comeram, que pena. Bom, vamos ver esta drogaria. Se tem alguma coisa aqui. Com licença, moço. 10 de 0. Eu vou comprar um pouco. E quando eu falo um pouco, eu falo o máximo possível disso. E fragrância de lona. Nada demais. Ok, vamos continuar explorando a cidade. Provavelmente a questão de equipamento aqui deve ser um... Restaurante esquece, não dá pra ir mais. E este aqui? Você já jogou golfe aqui? Não, né? Pô, golfe é maneiro, cara. Deixa eu ver. Jogar perto da bandeira. Ué? Ah, o desafio perto da bandeira. Selecione das seguintes dificuldades. Iniciante, claro. Vamos ver. Legal. Eu não lembro de ter jogado golfe. Se eu já joguei, gente, me desculpa. É, analógico tá movendo bem aqui. Tá. Eu acho mais ou menos pra cá, né? É, como é que era mesmo? Não! Nossa! Vai longeaço! Eu esqueci como é que... Foi bom. Aí vem as palminhas. Eu preciso 40 jardas. Ah, tá ali. É. O problema é que esse analógico aqui, ele não funciona. Aê. Toma. Ah. É, um hole in one vai ser... Não, você quer que eu faça em uma tacada mesmo? Foi um pouquinho antes. Foi na lata. 75 jardas. Se ali é 70, mais ou menos 65 é aqui. O problema é que esse analógico que eu estou utilizando, ó. Aí, beleza. Ótimo. Foi um pouco torto. O cara é muito bom. O cara é muito bom. Hole in one. Hole in one. Como é que vocês conseguem ter sensibilidade no analógico? Cara, eu não consigo. Eu fico mexendo em toquinhos. Eu sou acostumado com teclado. Ah! Principalmente quando o analógico, ele tem o dead zone zoado, né, jogo? Tá, 78, né? Ah, que pena. Ah, mas foi senzão, vai. Senzão. Nossa senhora, que horror. Ah! Já jogaram Mario Golf? É muito bom. Um pouquinho depois disso. Isso. Nossa, pelo amor de Deus. Meus botões estão um pouco... Oh, mas assim, não tá ruim não, viu? Eu não consigo. Aê, pronto. Ah, eu acho que eu errei. De novo! Tô apertando muito cedo. Deixa quieto. Vamos lá, 47 agora. Meu Deus. E o último buraco. Vamos lá. 89. Meu Deus, essa dead zone que não funciona. Aí, devagar, devagar, devagar. Aí, parou. Ó. Ah, essa foi boa. Essa foi boa. Foi boa, foi boa. Provavelmente eu teria que ter conseguido 1000 pontos, né? Ó. Martelo de aço. Interessante. Deixa eu ver o outro desafio. Se for igual, eu dou uma pausa, tá? Ah. Interessante. Desafio do bingo. Ah, não! Do bingo eu sei qual é. É verdade. Quando você fala desafio do bingo, eu preciso fazer bingo? Tipo, completar a cartela inteira? Boa. Bom, então vamos lá, né? Jogar aquele jogo de velho. Que eu nem sei se existe ainda hoje. Não é nada difícil. Boa. Vamos pra baixo. Quem quiser, pessoal, dá uma cortada aí, tá? Ó. A lata. Bingo. Obrigado. Ó, aumentou a dificuldade, hein? Então, pera aí, ó. Agora é no 4. Deixa eu ver uma coisa. Deixa eu ver o ponto em comum aqui. Mais ou menos agora. Mentira! Não. Tá. Agora. Não é difícil, né? Que eu escolhi bem no cantinho, né? Aí, ó. Quando ele estiver indo agora. Na lata. Na outra foi na lata mesmo, né? Só que na parte metálica, né? Ainda dá pra fazer full bingo. Dá pra fazer full bingo. Pera aí. Ó. Ó, aqui mais ou menos. Ixi, 100% precisão. Toma. Mais dificuldade? Qual é a maior dificuldade? É o... A velocidade. Agora. Ah!
Damn it.
Caramba, vai cair aqui o negócio. Vacilei. Então, quando ele estiver indo... Agora. Não! Nossa, foi muito ruim essa aí.
Damn it.
GG. Ah, então eu vou tentar acertar um. Ah, não é tão... Mais ou menos aqui. Isso, quando ele estiver indo... Agora... Como é que foi? É, completou mais uma linha, né? Tá. Melhor pontuação, 8. Consegui 3. Ah, tá bom. Ah, vai, foi. Pá, pera aí. Libélula prateada. Se eu encontrasse um bicho prateado, dourado e tal, eu ia começar a questionar a minha realidade aqui. Não preciso de mais comida, nem nada. E você é o Clube Cega. Ah, pena que o Clube Cega é meio chatinho, né? É assim, não tem umas coisas legais. Tem Virtua Fighter, cara, mas Virtua Fighter, velho. Olha os gatinhos. Cachorrinho, macaquinho e pinguim gordo. Depois eu pego pinguins gordos aí. Pedir para mudar os prêmios na máquina de garra. Esse Virtua Fighter jogava com a minha mãe no Sega Saturn. Minha mãe jogava jogo de luta. Incrível, incrível. Jogava, viu? Claro, nem eu e nem ela a gente sabia fazer nada. Né? Os combos e tal. Mas era legal, cara. Era legal. Sega Saturno, gente. Sega Saturno.
Irashaimase.
Irashaimase. Você também.
Arigatou gozaimashita.
O que é isso aqui? Meu amigo foi pro Japão. Ele falou que não é tão difícil se virar, mas ele teve que estudar todo... Eu sempre esqueço o nome dos símbolos, né? E... Harigane, mas é complicado.
Irashaimase.
Você precisa... Não é que nem nos Estados Unidos, por exemplo, pra quem sabe falar inglês, né? Que você se viraria tranquilamente. Nossa, nos Estados Unidos eu me viraria tranquilo. Tranquilo. Eu até começaria a imitar o sotaque do pessoal lá local.
Arigatou gozaimashita.
Acho muito legal, né? Caramba, olha esse bicho aqui, cara. Mas... Que nem ele passou um perrengue também na França, em que ele teve que pedir um remédio e não sabia como, né? E no Japão também não foi diferente, é bem complicado.
Really? Why?
Oh, you were standing on the left side, weren't you?
Yes. How'd you know? Was that
Esse
wrong?
tá indo era do lado direito.
Unlike Kanto, Kansai people stand on the right, so you were probably in her way.
That would explain it. Why do Kanto and Kansai have to be so different? Anyone know which side people from Chubu stand on?
Couldn't tell you. Just don't stand in the middle.
Why don't we stop by Nagoya on the way back and find out?
You're only saying that because you're hungry for kishimen noodles.
Not necessarily. I just want a change of pace.
Don't lie, you had noodles on the brain.
Hey, what were we talking about again?
Yeah, nothing important, apparently.
Que eu saiba, na escada rolante, pelo menos em São Paulo, a gente ficava do lado direito. Ou era do lado esquerdo? E aí o pessoal passava. Mas. Agora eu não lembro. Agora eu não lembro. Agora eu realmente não lembro. Quem tem um cara seminu?
Must take a lot of guts to jump into the river from here.
Who would even do that? And why?
That's something of a local tradition when the home team wins, say, baseball or soccer game. Apparently some fans dive right in. Then you'll see the ambulance rush over, because eventually some dummy will injure himself.
I'd say that's more reckless than gutsy.
So wait, these people get so excited that their team won, they celebrate by jumping in the
pois
river?
Pois é.
The logic escapes me.
Pois é.
Two kinds of people in this world, you know?
Pois é, exatamente. Exatamente. Pessoal que vibra e fala, meu Deus, meu time ganhou! Ah! Aí, fé. O time ganhou. Você ganhou o quê? Não foi nada. Se eu não me engano, depois eu vou dar uma procurada, parece que o que nós deixarmos de fazer aqui, nós não podemos voltar, tá? Então antes de seguir com a missão, provavelmente eu vou pegar tudo também. Moço, o senhor tem alguma coisa aqui? Caraca, você tem uma coisa que eu possa comprar? I'm gonna make her mine. Trilha sonora de Northstar. Northstar? Northstar. Ficha de Soltem, Ritual do Céu Efêmero, ficha de Ardes, bomba de fumaça. Vou comprar um pouquinho de bomba de fumaça. As outras também. Solo antigo, causa muito dano, inimigo. Lança fogo. Ô, louco. Ai. Não se esqueça que nós devemos ter essas coisas aqui para equipamentos, tá? Capuz cerimonial. Não adianta, eu vou ter que comprar pelo menos um de cada. Então. Vamos no bar. Peraí, falta uma. Beleza, essa foi uma loja. Eu acho que tem mais alguma aqui. Tem o Sotenbori, Soji de rua, tem o cassino. Será que tem poker ali? Tem o Mahong. E tem o Pop-Up. Tá. Quero ir pro cassino. Então, aí tem algumas coisas que provavelmente nós vamos ter que pegar aqui e nós não vamos conseguir voltar. Mesmo assim, o jogo provavelmente daria um prompt, né? Falando assim, ó, você quer voltar mesmo?
Tanaka. Who's that? She's what's called an underground idol.
Oh, didn't know you were into that kind of thing, Nanba.
I wouldn't say I'm into it. I just had an interest at one point.
Oh.
But based on the signature we've got here, that would place this shot from about 6 years ago. Pretty rare, actually.
Sounds like you had more than an interest, dude.
Nah, Moipan stopped signing your name that way after her second record tour is all.
Not you too.
Tá bom. Razão. Então, eu só quero ver esse cassino. Não era pra cá? Gente. Mas de novo.
Me, or do the people here speak like comedians?
Yeah, even regular conversations are like a manzai comedy. One person plays the fool, and one doesn't give a shit.
Well, I don't know. I think it'd be pretty cool if everyday conversations were funnier. All right, Sachan, hit me with a punchline.
You're asking me?
Yeah, let's see what you got.
Yeah, I can't just come up with something on the spot.
Not even trying to play a fool.
There's a reason for that.
O engraçado e o sério. Akashiaike de cebolinha. What? Não, legal que é uma foto real, não é uma foto dentro do jogo. Aí deve ter coisas por aqui. Depois eu vou ter que dar uma explorada. Mas que nóia, tem um monte de coisa. Ah, claro. Tô animadíssimo pra jogar essa porcaria. É muito chato. É, xadrez chinês. Sai de novo.
lady just came up and complimented me. She said I had a really nice outfit and then
Parece
just
o Rodriguinho dos
walked away.
Travessos.
Yeah, I guess the question is, what was she wearing?
She was decked out in leopard print from head to toe. Shit was loud.
Sounds like your typical Osakan grandma.
I bet you anything she felt a similar vibe from you.
Should I be happy about that?
Essa foi... Ai, vamos lá. Então é o seguinte. Assim não. É aqui? Um pokerzinho, talvez. Olá, moço. Precisa de amuletos de madeira. Nossa, a menor ideia do que você tá falando. Pera aí, não, pera. Aham. Esse aqui. 50 amuletos, 100 mil. Só? Mas só 100 mil amuletos? Deus do milhão, olha só, hein? Eu não sei o que é isso aqui, não. Ah. Então, mas tem uma coisa interessante, né? O que é isso? Colocar a bola de dentro, mais um copiei, outros 3 jogadores, passar no dia contará. É 21? Não, valeu. Então, aqui ele tem prêmios únicos, né? Só que dá pra comprar pontos. É, amuleto, ó. Aí eu vou lá e compro a arma que nós não temos. Pelo menos essa aqui dá pra comprar. Não. Pronto, tá aí. Dá pra comprar essa aqui também. Agora essa aqui não dá, não. E é muito caro. Então, e que legal que eu perdi meu tempo vindo aqui. Esse aqui era uma coisa interessante. Vocês viram a dificuldade do local? Quer saber? Vamos fazer o seguinte. Vamos aproveitar e ver aqui, mais ou menos. Qual é a dificuldade? Porque... se bobear dá um bom ganho de XP. Eu vi algumas batalhas por aqui. Calma que eu pause e já vou lá na última loja. Só quero ver se vai dar um bom XP, porque talvez seja uma boa. Principalmente se tiver um mendigo aqui, né? Nível 44. É.
Sweet!
Não é tudo isso, né? 2.500 não é ruim, mas assim, 2.500, 25 mil, 250 mil, 500 mil. Ou seja, eu precisaria fazer quantas? 200 batalhas dessa pra chegar a 500 mil de XP.
Another soba spot.
What's that supposed to be?
I don't know. I guess I thought udon was Kansai's specialty. But all I'm seeing right now is soba.
Don't limit yourself to a singular perspective. For instance, people here still eat natto, even though it's more of a Kanto thing.
Yeah, that's fair.
Would you believe me if I told you I eat kimchi every day?
On the flip side, I'm a big fan of mabo tofu.
Guess that means good food knows no boundaries. And that's just how it should be.
O que é isso aqui? Ah, não, não, aliás. Não. Classificação primeiro, mais 2.000 pontos. Não tem prêmio? Assim, deve ser deve ser um esporte interessante, com algumas regras blá, 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 mas... não, né? Sério que não tem nenhuma outra loja de arma? Bom, deixa eu ver. Vai, filho. É, basicamente acabou, eram só essas lojas. Apesar que... né? É, já fomos em tudo. Agora é a missão. Então eu vou deixar esse vídeo por aqui. Na próxima a gente continua. Como eu disse também, meu dinheiro se foi embora, mas tudo bem. Na próxima eu também já vejo se nós vamos ter que pegar tudo aqui, que senão já era, né, gente? A gente deixa a coisa pra trás, tá? Então, muito obrigado a todos por terem assistido. Dúvidas, críticas, sugestões, curtiram, compartilharam, inscrição no canal para carga de vocês. Deixem os comentários se vocês acham. Eu vejo vocês nos próximos vídeos. Obrigado a todos e até a próxima.